And here we go, we've got our first vessel of the day coming in on approach, but welcome back, crew, to the greatest show on earth, and that is the Miami Boat Ramps channel. I'm your host, Broncos Guru, and today we are down here at Boynton Beach. So our crew's coming in, and you can see the flag in the background today. Always a great sign here at Boynton. That flag lets us know exactly what's going on, but our cap appears to have ignored that flag, as he's gonna go ahead and go for a port side dock, even though the wind is blowing to his starboard. So he's coming in trying to line it up, but this boat's got a lot of beam on the sides, and man, a lot of height above the water, a lot of freeboard, which tells me that wind's gonna grab them pretty easily. But let's see how they fare as they go for the dock. Just look at how much higher they are than the dock. That's unbelievable. So she's leaning over, was gonna try and get the line on. I'm imagining trying to toss the line around a cleat. And really the first attempt's gonna be a miss, and Cap's gonna have to try and bring this one back around. So, I mean, this is not a terrible approach. If he can get one line on from the stern, he might be able to get the front around, but now they're just at a funky angle. So Cap's gonna back out a little bit here again. And he can't really come in like a heavy bow first like he's doing here with his partner being on the back. He's gonna have to get that stern close enough to the dock. So the bow hitting the dock's not really gonna matter much unless she wants to move up front. And again, he's going to back out, and the light bulb's got to click here at some point in time to realize, like, okay, the wind is wanting to blow me from left to right across the screen. Let's just go to this other dock. That's one of the easiest things you can do in docking. I'm telling you what, guys, this year we're going to make a video on how to dock a boat, and we're going to go out there and just show you the correct procedure on where you need to go start to finish. And the first part of that procedure, after making sure you've got lines, fenders, and everything like that set to go before approaching the dock, is, of course, just stopping and checking the wind and current and seeing what it's doing, and let it be your friend if you can. Oh, they're gonna hit the concrete here, and the way you let it be your friend is in a situation like this, let it blow you into a dock. Right here, if he just stopped, that wind would probably blow him into the dock on the right. And she's removing a line, so somebody's figured it out. So here Cap goes. He's gonna start to bring it over. And basically, as we mentioned, this one should be easy because literally he doesn't have to do anything now. The wind is gonna push him into the dock, and it's even gonna hold him there. So he doesn't really have to worry about much at this point in time. He could be in neutral with the engine off at this point because he's pretty much done. Well, as long as she doesn't fall out trying to get a line on the dock. In this situation, it probably would have been easier for her to step on that swim deck on the back to try and get off, but there we go. She's trying to tie it up. I'm imagining she's doing that because she wants to go to the front. Up, Cap's going forward. What are we doing? I'm not sure why we powered it up. I guess he's just going forward to try and get the boat closer to the dock, but he winds up smacking the dock in doing so. And he was, like I said, the wind was pushing him into the dock. He didn't really have to do anything. I'm not sure why we had to do the little extra right there at the end. And here comes our next crew in on approach. So Cap's taking his time, lining it up. We've got at least one fender out. Looks like maybe two fenders. It's hard to tell with the boat being black as well. But lines look like draped, so they've got it set up, which is nice. Now let's see if Cap can get it on. So good approach speed. But again, the wind and current are blowing to the right, and so he's probably going to get pushed off this dock a little bit. And as you can see, kind of struggling. He's keeping the stern close to the dock, but now he's backing off. His assistant was coming back to try and grab the dock with the line there, but she was just a little late getting back. And he winds up I thought for a second he was going to hit the dock. He was able to counteract. But they are struggling to try and get this one over. Let me know in the comments, how would you handle this one? What do you think they need to be doing different? One of the easiest solutions to me on this one is if I had a boat hook on the boat, all I had to do is be within 5 foot of the dock and I could have gotten pulled in. Probably one of my favorite items on the boat. So relines it up, coming back in on approach one more time. And our girl's going for the reach. And Cap's going to go ahead and leave the helm and take matters into his own hand, I think, and try and go ahead and get this one hooked up. So the boat's kind of drifting backwards, but there we go. He's off on the dock, 2 hands. He should be good to roll from here. And here comes our next crew on approach, and this is definitely not the way you would like to end your day out there on the water. Kind of tough to tell from this angle right here, but one of these boats is broken down, and they are hip towing the other vessel in. And especially around the dock, this is what I recommend. If you're going to offer to tow somebody in, the hip tow is the much easier way to control the vessel to try and get them lined up. So they're taking their time, coming toward the dock. And once they get it set up, they should go ahead and stop and go ahead and make their turn and try and get this thing lined up. So good speed, and this is one of the keys if you're towing as well. Do everything slow. There's no need to rush, and you don't want to add too much power. I think that's where I see people messing this up all the time is they feel like because they're controlling 2 boats that they need to throw a little more power behind the throttle to get things to do what they want, but the reality is not necessarily. It's all just going to happen slower, but you want it to happen slower anyway. And one of the advantages of a hip tow as well is I feel like there's less pressure on those lines. So good slow roll, turn in right here. And the good news is the other boat's got people on the ready as well. I see people mess this one up also. Somebody will be towing and then there's nobody on this boat going for the dock or trying to get lines on the dock when that is the key. That's how you get your boat on the dock, whether it's being towed in or you're having to do it on your own. And there you go, little bump of reverse. And this is a pretty successful tow in. And I just wanted to show that, guys, because it's always nice to see it when somebody comes in and does it right. And speaking of doing it right, they're going to get out of here. We're going to get out of here as well. Thanks for watching, crew. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Miami Boat Ramps. If you did, please check out our other content. We have Wavy Boats, who does a bunch of great things down at the inlets. My channel, Broncos Guru, do some great comedy boating videos there as well. And of course, we've got Boats vs. Haulover, where man and machine take on Mother Nature down at Haulover Inlet. And if you guys haven't already, go ahead and drop an anchor on the subscribe button here.